Alright guys, it has been a very, very long time since we've last played Space Marines, at least for the channel, but we're coming back finally with doing some of the operation missions. These were the side missions that we were, tasking the other two squads to do while Titus, Gadriel, and Chiron were busy doing the main quest stuff during the campaign. And we're going to go through them in order, not in the order that the game presents, because I think that's actually weirdly enough out of chronological order, but we're going to be going in order of where they should be lining up as far as the main timeline is concerned. As you guys can see, we've kind of been playing a lot, just because our character is so high-leveled. I've been enjoying it a lot. Honestly, I only really enjoyed fighting against the Terminid-style missions. The Chaos Space Marines were really toxic to try to play against, and God, I didn't even want to bother with them anymore. But this is, post first major patch for the game, and they've done some balance patches and changes, and the Chaos faction is a lot less toxic and annoying to fight against than Determinids, but the Chaos faction does seem a little tacked on. They don't have as much unit diversity or kind of like replayability. It's just like mostly guns. Their fodder enemies are all melee for the most part, with the exception of the few cultists that have those las rifles that shoot you from a distance, but most of the Chaos Marines, they just shoot you from a distance as well. At least the Terminids, you have like a very wide arsenal of like swords, whips, spike launchers, trap launchers, sniper rifles. The Chaos Marines just really have like their bolt guns and warp flamers, I'm pretty sure, and they're just not as interesting. You do get the occasional Terminator that shows up, but they're not as interesting as everything else. Then I guess you have like the sorcerers too, but they're also just more annoying than interesting to fight, if I'm being perfectly honest. Playing against the Chaos missions, you're just getting pelted by rifle fire the entire time. Even after the major balance change, it's still kind of a much harder ordeal than it is to fight the Terminids. But, oh no, not Terminids, it's Tyranids. God, I'm getting 40k and Helldivers mixed up. As far as the classes we've decided to pick, you basically have to just main 3. You don't really have an opportunity to be swapping back and forth between all 6, just because, well, for one, it takes forever to level up every single one to where you need it to do, because you got to level up their class abilities, you unlock their armor, which, that's just drip, it doesn't provide any extra stats, but you also have to upgrade their weapons, and for every 3 or 4 levels your Marine might get, you might only upgrade your weapon tier from mastercrafted to, artificer, and then you get it to relic. It'll take you like 4 missions of just using that very specific weapon to level it up to the next class. But then when you do, I mean, it's amazing, but it's harder to play those, harder levels until your entire loadout has been completely upgraded to actually take on those missions. And I think they need to adjust how much, experience we get with each of the weapons that you are presented with your specific class, because there's a lot of different variants. I mean, it's weird because the tactical has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weapons he can choose from, while my assault character only got 3 that he has to really work on, and the chainsword is already being used by my tactical, so I technically only got 2 weapons. And then I have my sniper, who has 4 weapons, but 2 of them are shared by the tactical as well, so he technically only has 2. He does get the combat knife, but that's just between him and the assault character. This pistol is like almost universal across all the different classes as well, so it is what it is. Anyways, the 3 classes we ended up picking is Tactical, Vanguard, and Sniper. We were dabbling with Heavy, but Heavy was starting to become harder and harder to use on the higher difficulties, so we switched over to Vanguard, because it seems like one of those classes that barely anyone ever picks, which is fine by me. I'll play it no matter what. I like the Tactical just because they're kind of more of a frontline unit. Vanguard is really good at soloing or singling out some of the higher value targets, and snipers can deal with targets from a distance, so that's always great. I've decided to go with Space Wolves for my tactical. We went with Omega Marines for assault, and we went with Salamanders with the sniper, because, I don't know, those are the 3 classes that I like the most after reading up on some of their lore, so why not? I've been having a good time with it. I think they need to still adjust a couple knobs here and there to make this seem less toxic. I feel like Space Marines take way too much damage still from even like the fodder enemies, every now and then you'll just be, you know, slaying out against a couple units, and then a random fodder enemy hits you, and or maybe even a couple hits you all at the same time as you're dealing with one of the bigger enemies, and it just takes away all of your armor, and then you're taking so much health damage while you're fighting, and the only real way to get that health back is just to continue to fight, and it always feels like the Space Marines are always on the back foot. We don't really feel like living tanks. We seem real squishy at times. There have been multiple times where I'm fighting against, you know, a Tyranid warrior with dual bone swords, and he does one heavy attack with me that I fail to block, and all of my armor and like half my health is gone because of it, and I'm like, holy hell. I thought Space Marines, you know, were almost immortal gods that could barely be hurt, and they're seemingly getting slapped around by just the jobber enemies. But anyways, let's jump in. We'll go with the very first mission, and we'll see where it takes us, okay?
Your mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. The Acadians were tasked with providing assistance, but we have since lost contact.
Alright, we're here to fight now, finally. Let's do this. We're playing as Assault, we got a Sniper, and we got a Tactical. Basically all three of my classes that I like playing.
Only when the main swarm has entered the plaza zone. Captain Akaram, coordinate our efforts over focus.
Let us deliver the Emperor's wrath to these creatures.
I mean, the Power Fist is really fun to use. They actually buffed the Power Fist in the most recent patch. It's actually usable. Before, it was not a very good heavy weapon for the Assault to be using, or for the Bulwark. But now it's pretty decent. Armor boosts, because we're going to be in the thick of it the whole time anyways. Might as well. We're basically fighting our way through the jungles to get to the refinery. Oh, we found something here. Guardian Relic. Very useful. If we ever get down, we can self-revive. It says targets Majoris. So, immediate wave. Yeah, as I say, I don't think we'll hit him. We're too far. There's us taking like crazy damage from one shot from these stupid warriors. Oop, even more damage. Thankfully, executing a warrior hurts all the little smaller bugs.
That pitiful seal.
Trying my best to jump into their back rows and take down the big guys. Alright, my teammates got almost as beat up as we did. Our tactical got down almost instantly. Oh, medicine stims here though. We'll take the one. We still got our Guardian Relic. If we find a Gene Seed, that'll be very useful. That'll help us get bonus experience, but we can't die while we have it, so we gotta be very careful too.
Avenging angel at your disposal.
Power Fist is really good for AoE damage, not so very good for single target damage.
I am the righteous storm.
Go, another one at execution. We're basically fighting right in the thick of it, trying our best to help our team, keeping them off their backs. If there's extremist target on the field, what is it? Oh. Didn't even realize they were fighting a Ravener. Whoops, my bad.
War gear requisition.
Take the Melt-A-Bomb because I like being able to drop a nuke on them as I dive in. People are also complaining that Tyrannid, what are they called, Hormagongs, are taking too much damage on the higher difficulties. The bolt rifles and pistols don't really feel like bolt rifles because they just take so much damage.
Tyrannid canker sight.
Gonna go for that shrapnel launcher dude in the back. Doing my best to help my team out and keep the bigger units off their backs while I deal with the smaller units. Our ground pound slams do tremendous damage if we can light it right on top of the unit. The Power Fist is really good. It takes against swarms, but I'm trying to prioritize on the actual warriors.
Reporting in. Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard camp.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. Nothing spotted.
Sweet infantry, but nothing.
Alright, we're looking for nuclear launch codes for the facility. One of the Astra Militarum must have died while having them on their body.
No codes.
We're also just scouring for anything useful on the battlefield.
Codes retrieved.
Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Unfortunately, when you complete these missions, you don't get anything outside of experience and money, so if you want armory data, which lets you unlock those cool upgrades for your weapons, you actually have to find some, like a servo skull on the field that provides the armory data, or you have to beat a boss that the game randomly spawns for you. They don't always spawn in a boss. I think at most I've ever walked away with was 2 armory data, one from defeating a boss and one from finding the armory data on the field. Same thing with gene seeds for that bonus XP. You don't always find one on the field. I don't think it always loads one in.
Cannot backtrack.
You can have teammates who will scour the field for everything and you'll never find one. Although they usually spawn in the same places here and there.
Suddenly your foray broke so long. And that was physical right. Try to reinforce the technique. The Xenos infestation is stemmed than that.
Nope, Zonothrope spawned in.
Another alien falls to the Imperium's keen blade. I am the righteous Stonebank. Avenging angels.
So I'm trying to kill all the fodder units, but they're just getting in our way. Going back for the bigger units when I can.
Fiery retribution.
God, I'm traveling all the way across the map to kill this thing. It's really just trying its best to run away. Me and my teammates are so spread out over the battlefield because we're dodging, weaving, and ducking behind everything to kind of all of us fight our own separate battles. Whew, man, that got almost really hairy for a second. I'm gonna go a separate direction just to see if there's anything over here worth taking. Some medicine, so we'll take that because we're definitely on the lower end of our health now. Puppies going in, and dog is staying back. Oh, we have one puppy, one dog. I can't believe that's their name right now. Another medicine cache, we're gonna take that. Target Majoris. I don't think anything else is on the battlefield to harass us other than the bone, just the normal warriors. Power Fist was doing pretty well at handling the bigger enemies.
Are running out of time. How close are you to the Promethean facility?
We have been blessed with a swift arrival.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Alright, I think we have like the parrying Power Fist, but I want to switch over to the blocking Power Fist. I'm pretty sure this one is more of a faster hitting, but we just can't block anymore. Or I think it actually deals way more damage, but we just can't block anymore. We gotta be dodging.
Let us finish what the Cadians started.
Use the codes to bring the bomb and finish its deployment into the critical area. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
All specs ready to scan.
One of our teammates found some armory data on the field, so that's good. We're gonna get at least an upgrade module as long as we finish this off. We don't get anything if we fail the mission, so we have to complete it. I think this character has a bigger pistol, so the shots do a little bit more damage. Can't block the bigger units, but we can still block the smallers.
Medical cache, on me. My war gear is satisfied. Deployment has begun.
Alright, we're here to prep the bomb, or I guess to prep the field.
The generators haven't made the machine god's name.
Ooh.
Cache
I'll take the gene seed because I'm the most experienced one here. If anybody wants that Guardian Relic, they're more than welcome to it, because we gotta make sure we don't die now.
I am the righteous storm.
X-axis flagged. I know this signals will.
The first leg of this race is behind us.
Biological incursion of Generator 1. Do not follow the machine ghost lizard
They're
mechanisms.
attacking generator 1. Don't want them calling for help.
Avenging! We need to get the Tyranids off that generator, brothers!
Trying.
Take the light and let the Terrified lead!
A lictor should have messed with us too.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers.
That would have been dangerous if I didn't land right on top of him.
Science to high precision.
The Emperor demands perfection from all the souls, even our
Demolition deployment sequence concluded. Narrow errors logged under the Omniscience functional oculus.
The moment of his vengeance is now.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Kryptomerium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Gotta work on more on dodging. Come on. Another generator's gonna come under attack here in a second.
Wounds of the Imperium. Take all you can carry. Jump pack refueled.
Oh, nope, never mind. The door's just right away open. Good. Didn't think that we were going to lose there. Did they pick up this Guardian Relic? I think they did. And I think they res themselves and they already used it. Medicine stems, we want to carry as much as we can have because we need to evacuate with the gene seed for that bonus XP. These guys could definitely use it because they're much lower level than we are.
Avenging angels. Changing magazine.
Haven't encountered a boss yet. If we do encounter a boss, I would rather it be a Carnifex versus a Xenothrope or whatever. Oh no, they're Neurothropes. Neurothropes are so much harder for assaults to deal with because they're airborne, where the Carnifex, I can at least wail on it on the ground. I have one crack grenade, which is really good to be able to stick something to it, deal high damage. Gotta make sure my teammates get those medicine stems when they can. Although, Puppy has plenty, and Dog needs more. Of course. It's a Neurothrope. Where is it?
You consider it sacred sword. Purge the alien skill. I am the righteous Lord.
Attack it with that grenade. Deals so much damage.
Be an angel of death.
Oh. Ooh.
Airborne ready. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike.
I let my teammate kill it. I don't really care. Alright. There's an extra piece of armory data for us.
Reload. We are the exterminators. The Emperor sees Avenging angel. reload.
We're pretty low on health, but I still don't think I'll use that medicine stem quite
You
yet.
have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will ensure your mission is a success.
I will hold you to that.
Alright, this is when Titus actually made it to the facility, and now we are about to unleash our little ambush for him to kind of waylay the Terminid force that's on the ground. Thankfully, our team had really good range damage to take down the Neurothrope, so that's good. The Carnifex might have been a little bit more difficult for the team to handle because the sniper doesn't have great single target damage with his melee.
Xenos hunger is insatiable, but the supply's marked.
Sniper probably needs the ammo more than I do because that dude is going through a lot of his lasgun ammo. We got...
cannot even compute their numbers.
There's a lot of bad guys out there. I'm gonna take the Melta Bomb because I like having a Melta. And here, these little waylay stations are usually checkpoints for you and your team to refill on the supplies and to make any final adjustments with your gear. So we're gonna go with the Thunder Hammer now. It's really good for single target damage, but also really good for dealing with waves. It's just incredibly slow. It's okay if it's slow. It kills everything it touches.
Main swarm sighted. We await your signal, Captain. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the
If I can
bulk
find
of the
another
swarm
Guardian
will not be in
relic,
position for a while yet.
I will drop
Keep your
this on the
heads
ground, and
get
then
it
I
done.
will... Yes, I will drop this here. The Gene Seed will be safe until...
They're all to us.
Gene Seed will at least be safe until after we evac from the mission. As long as my teammates don't notice it and they decide to try to pick it up too. Alright, final swarm's coming.
You have trespassed on this Imperial domain for too long!
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the second path. Continue holding.
Nope, you're not touching me. Stay away. Look at them, just they're popping like water balloons. It's so crazy. Enemy wave incoming.
Behind us, brothers!
Behind us, where behind us? They're not coming from this gate. Oh, they are coming from this gate. There we go. Woo! And unlike fighting the Chaos Space Marines, when you kill a warrior, it stuns the nearby targets, kind of gives you a second to breathe. Killing a Chaos Marine doesn't do that. You just are stuck in the mix with everything.
Jump back with you! The world this Xenos sought to consume, now consumed.
Thankfully, the Thunder Hammer does so much damage. It's slow, but if we time our swings right, we can basically take down everything. one medicine left, but if we take this one, we're fine. And then if we take this one over here, we're fine.
Don't let them pile up.
Tyranid Swarm is attacking the opposite position. Whoops, my bad.
Ready sidearms for melee.
You? Ugh.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
You jump back down. Ow.
Swapping magazine. The Emperor sees your impunity. Remote detonation, right.
I think that's it. Unless there's a few more hanging out right
You are
here.
clear
Nope.
to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
Let us spark the flames of vengeance.
Bunch of card effects out there.
Alias to Titus. Greetings from
Nice.
the fire. Tyranid biosites down 90% and falling.
Alright.
Swarm annihilation confirmed.
We're playing this on hard, and we have some decently upgraded gear. And thankfully, our teammates aren't potatoes, so they were actually really helping us out. So we're going to drop that, pick up the gene seed, and we're going to extract with it.
Arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready. We can make it. Keep going.
I'm coming, I'm coming. God, the Thunderhammer's so cool. I'm kind of disappointed you can't use it with a bulwark as a shield. Shield and Thunderhammer, oh well. And now we're leaving.
Commendable work, brothers. You honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
We were just a side squad that he randomly tasked us to go help him, and he's like, oh, you guys did pretty good for a random group of 3 Space Marines aboard our ship. We're probably going to be using you a lot more now. And let's see how we kind of, at the very end, we're going to get like a stat sheet as far as how well we did. I think we pretty much took down the most warriors. Maybe some fodder enemies, but I didn't really worry about taking down the Exterminus or the boss level threats. I kind of just did my best to make sure my teammates had good lanes of fire. We get this cool little outro montage of us just sitting in our little ship. Victory. Plenty of XP, even with the gene seed found. Didn't have the most kills, not even the most special kills. We did do the most melee damage. Not as much range damage. We found the most items on the field. We took 1 extra point of damage at our teammate. We didn't get downed at all, though. So that's fine. With that much XP, did we get up to 1 level? We leveled up at least once. Proven efficiency. And we got a new helmet. 2 armory data. Almost $100. Pistol, heavy pistol, power fist, thunderhammer. I think these are all maxed out. The heavy pistol's about to get maxed out too. Real soon I'll have all my weapons upgraded to where I actually start doing things on, like, extreme. So not bad, right? I mean, the mission wasn't terrible with a normal team and a team that actually knows what they're doing. You can get through this bad boy real easy, and it's lots of fun. I wanted to play my tactical, but that's fine. What do we have here? All squad. Oh, looks like our last teammate decided to leave as well, because I guess he was done. But man, we powered through that mission so quickly. That was amazing. I mean, this is going to be a relatively short video, because I think I'm going to do an episode for each individual operation mission. And I'll try to swap back and forth between my 3 different classes when I can, if they're available. You usually want to main 3, because if your other 2 teammates are taking your first and your second, at least you have your third still available. You could try to bounce back and forth between all the different classes, but again, that's going to take you forever to do that. Maybe I'll do that once I max these characters out, and I will start working on the other ones. Edit armor. What kind of armor did we unlock for him? We got a better helmet. Kind of like the one we still got. Don't really want to switch to that one. We did get something good for our perk tree, though. Before, we had all squad members deal 20% more melee damage against Terminus level enemies. I think that's just like the majors, not like the lieutenants, but they're like the normal bone warriors or whatever. So all squad members, including me, do 20% more melee damage, which I think our aerial strike counts as melee. Or all squad members deal 50% more gun strike damage. I wonder if gun strike is really good to try to max that out. And before, all squad member abilities charge 10% faster. It's okay. Ground pound deals 100% more damage, but its radius is reduced by 50. Ground pound kills restore jump checks. Charge. Perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash. You deal 25% more damage for 5 seconds. Perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash restores your jump pack's ability charge. Like, I don't know if I would want to risk that. Ascension, jump pack leap deals damage to all enemies in the takeoff area. I mean, that's just relatively useful. And it says any use of jump pack reloads the equipped ranged weapon. I mean, again, that's not that big a deal. We reload with our pistols relatively fast, so the whole taking off seems like a waste. Current ones we're using are non-finisher gun strikes also restore armor, which is really good. Killing 15 enemies in rapid succession restores equipment charged by 1, so that lets us use our grenades all the time. Melee damage increases by 50% against majors and extremist level enemies. And I think this, all squad members deal 20% more melee damage against Terminus level enemies. And I think those Terminus just means like Terminids, right? Terminids. And then we have ground pound damage increases by 10%, which is very useful. Jump pack recharges 20% faster. A fully prepared ground pound deals 25% more damage, but preparation time increases by 25%, which is fine. And yeah, I mean, our assault character's pretty good. He's now our highest level enemy. Trying to work on his melee weapons because we are trying to get to the relic tier weapons. The way that this works too, I'm not a big fan of how the perk tree works because you basically have to buy every single version of the hammer prior in order to get the skill points needed to actually level them up in the perk tree. So you're basically wasting a lot of money here and there, and you're kind of ignoring your customization options a lot to do this. It doesn't help that they're so dang expensive too. Ugh. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I mean, I have fun playing the operations mode. That was just a quick slice for one of the simpler missions. The missions get a little bit more complicated after this mission is over, so I just wanted to show off what this mission's about and, you know, give you an idea as what the other squad was doing while Titus and his group was busy with the other stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to do the rest of the operations here in a little bit and kind of show off what was happening during the campaign. But I think the operations are a little out of order, so we're going to do them in the order they happen in the campaign, not in the order that it's listed in the game, because that's way out of order. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys all in the next one.